You asked for it, you demanded it, you wanted it. Back by popular demand, thanks to the viewers and the subscribers, Sean's View Entertainment books WWE Raw as if I were on the creative team. My ideas, my concept, my matchmaking, my storylines, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, if this video gets enough comments, likes, opinions, if this video gets shared enough on Twitter and Facebook, Sean's View Entertainment will continue with Sean's ViewEnt Books WWE Raw for 7/6/2015. Now, of course, we are going into Battleground, so much of the attention will be on Battleground, as well it should be. I think Monday Night Raw should kick off with John Cena's U.S. Open, the United States Championship. Now, John Cena has faced many superstars. John Cena has had memorable matches, memorable moments in this U.S. Open challenge. But one superstar he has never faced is Dolph Ziggler. So it's going to be Cena versus Ziggler to kick off Monday Night Raw. Now, what happens is this, it's a long, exhausting, grueling match. A match that went back and forth, a seesaw finish. You can only imagine what Ziggler and Cena can produce in that ring. But in the end, thanks to Summer Rae coming down and having a cat fight with Lana outside the ring, Ziggler gets thrown off by this, and John Cena hits the AA. Now, John Cena is celebrating the victory. John Cena wins the match. John Cena is still the United States Champion. However, Kevin Owens' music hits. John Cena looking towards the entranceway, but there's no Kevin Owens. The music hits, the lights are going off. Where's Kevin Owens? Cena's waiting a few minutes, and then moments later, from the crowd, from out of nowhere, Kevin Owens attacks Cena from behind, and then hits an AA on John Cena on the United States Championship. Kevin Owens sends a message to John Cena just 1 week away from Battleground. Well, a little less than a week. Well, actually, not by, well, by this time it would be like 2 weeks, so my bad, because we got one more Raw to go. So a little less than 2 weeks away, Kevin Owens sends a stern message to John Cena that he's coming for that U.S. Championship. This would then go, you know, of course, there's commercial breaks in between, okay? You have to account for commercial breaks. So we go to commercial break. All right, you go get your popcorn, your soda, you take a piss break. You got to do what you got to do. The Authority makes a return match, a rematch from the WWE Tokyo, Japan, NXT champion Kevin Owens, well, the former NXT champion Kevin Owens, going against Finn Balor. Now, remember, I'm going within the storylines. I'm not just coming up with, you know, changing the whole entire script. I'm going within the storylines of the WWE. So, Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens rematch. The match goes about 25 minutes. It's a hard-hitting contest, near falls, great exchanges, you know, just as good as their match in Tokyo, Japan. Only this time, John Cena would come down during the match, interfere, causing a disqualification. You know, Kevin Owens, obviously, John Cena getting a measure of revenge after Owens attacked Cena earlier on in the night. So that's, you know, you got, you know, a lot of interaction going on there. You know, the build towards Battleground with Cena, Owens, and then you got, you know, the whole thing with Lana and Ziggler and Rusev. So, you know, you're building towards a lot during these first couple of segments. So already a lot is being accomplished. Now, once again, I know this probably isn't going to happen, but if I were booking Monday Night Raw, Brock Lesnar would be forced into a gauntlet match versus The New Day. Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E. But first, before the gauntlet, Brock Lesnar would have to face Kane and J&J Security. Well, Joey Mercury, because we know Jamie Noble's kind of taken out right now. Lesnar would defeat Kane and Joey Mercury in about 7 minutes. Lesnar then would quickly defeat Kofi Kingston. Lesnar would then have a bit of a struggle with Big E, but he would hit the F5 on Big E and get the victory. So Lesnar's a little exhausted, but not much. And then Lesnar would make quick work of Xavier Woods. However, after the match, J&J Security, Kane, would take Lesnar out at the legs after the match, and the New Day would join in on the beating. So now the numbers game have obviously caught up to Brock Lesnar. You got the New Day, and you got the Authority, you know, triple teaming, quadruple teaming Brock Lesnar. That is until Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns make the save, taking out the New Day. They wrestle the New Day out through the crowd. Now Lesnar is getting up, you know, after, you know, taking the effect of that beatdown, right? Rollins comes out of nowhere. Rollins standing behind Lesnar. He's waiting for Lesnar to get up. He's waiting for Lesnar to turn around. Rollins has the WWE World Championship in his hand. Remember, you got to imagine this in your mind, because if you don't imagine it, and if you don't think about this, it's going to be boring to you. So there's Rollins. He's got the belt. He's going to knock Lesnar out with it. Lesnar turns around. Rollins goes to hit Lesnar with the belt. Lesnar hits an F5. He actually catches Rollins out of nowhere. Rollins got the belt, and he F5 Seth Rollins. So Brock Lesnar gets some revenge some retribution on Rollins. Rollins thought he was going to take out Lesnar, but that was not to be the case this week. Then the refs would crowd, all the referees and officials would come down. They would crowd the ring, and Heyman would talk Lesnar into leaving. So Lesnar leaves, Heyman leaves, the referees leave. There's only there's one referee down there. Seth Rollins is knocked out. Seth Rollins is down. Who comes out? Sheamus. Sheamus runs out with his Money in the Bank briefcase. All right? Sheamus is about to cash in. He hands the official the briefcase. That is until Randy Orton would come in and hit an RKO out of nowhere on Sheamus, thus thwarting the cash-in. So Seth Rollins gets saved for that night. So the next match on Monday Night Raw, give Divas a chance. You know, you got to give them a chance. Remember, there's commercial breaks thrown in there. And we all know how WWE goes back to replays of what happened throughout the night. We got Nikki Bella versus Natalya, and what I would give a good 10 minutes to. Nikki Bella ends up getting the victory. We have Ryback versus The Big Show with the special referee, The Miz. The Big Show and Ryback would brawl outside the ring, but The Miz would fast count them both to a double countout outside the ring. The Miz would then run off laughing at both Ryback and Big Show, calling them losers. And obviously this would not sit well with Ryback and The Big Show. So that's just throwing more animosity onto the fire there from The Miz. So The Miz gets one over The Big Show and Ryback going into their triple threat match at WWE Battleground. Neville and R-Truth would be in a tag team match against Bad News Barrett and Sheamus. I'd give this match a good 10-15 minutes. Randy Orton would be on commentary. Sheamus would throw Neville onto Orton during the commentary, and Sheamus and Barrett would end up picking up the victory. So Sheamus, you know, gets some revenge on Randy Orton. You see how I'm going within the storylines? I'm keeping within the confines of the storylines and what's going to be happening at Battleground. I'm trying to keep things interesting, compelling, and keeping you drawn in. Brock Lesnar is then shown backstage. You know, he says he's going to go finish what he started. He's going to go take out Seth Rollins, but then a number of officials and security guards say that Brock Lesnar is being thrown out of the building. And this leaves Paul Heyman all alone. Heyman goes to leave with Brock Lesnar, but the officials say that, you know, Paul Heyman, you are obligated to be here and you can't leave. So then we go to a commercial break. We show more replays. You know how they do Monday Night Raw, replay after replay. Don't give other superstars a chance. Don't give other superstars an opportunity. Remember, because, you know, I can't just go all out with this. You know, I got to work within the WWE system while still trying to make things interesting. Bray Wyatt we come back from a commercial break. Roman Reigns has an interview about his match at Battleground. Bray Wyatt attacks Roman Reigns backstage. Lays Roman Reigns out, okay? So then, you know, shows a couple more replays, what have you. They run down the Battleground card and talk about the Battleground pay-per-view and the WWE Network. Then we go to another backstage segment where Dean Ambrose tells Paul Heyman that he can be in his corner tonight as he goes against Seth Rollins, because Rollins will obviously have Kane and J&J security in his corner. So Paul Heyman agrees that he will be at ringside for this match. Now, it's a pretty good back-and-forth match between Ambrose and Rollins, and I know we've seen this match over and over again, but they always have great chemistry. They always have awesome competitions between each other. They always bring out the best in one another, does Ambrose and Rollins, so this is your main event. Heyman would deck J&J security outside the ring. Heyman would take out J&J security because they would be, you know, trying to talk him down and, you know, chastise Heyman all night long. But then Kane would grab Heyman by the neck outside the ring after Paul Heyman decked J&J security. He grabbed Heyman by the neck, but Ambrose would do a suicide dive to Kane outside the ring during his match with Rollins. Heyman then tries to leave, but Rollins hits Heyman with a right hand. This leads to a disqualification, a DQ finish. Ambrose tries to make the save, but the numbers game catches up to him. Bray Wyatt is then shown backstage. He has barricaded Roman Reigns in his locker room, so Roman Reigns can't help Dean Ambrose as this attack's going on. Back to live action. Seth Rollins has Heyman in the ring. Heyman slaps Rollins in the face because, you know, he thinks by this time, you know, what am I going to do? You know, what do I have to lose? I know I'm going to get a beating. So Heyman slaps Rollins in the face. Rollins would then connect and hit Heyman with the WWE World title, which what he couldn't do earlier tonight when he tried to take out Lesnar with the belt. He takes Heyman out with the belt. He busts Paul Heyman open and then proceeds to hit a pedigree on Paul Heyman. So now the question is, will Brock Lesnar be all by himself? Is Paul Heyman going to be well enough to support Lesnar? Is Paul Heyman going to be at ringside for Brock Lesnar? Or is Brock Lesnar going to be all by himself? So this raises doubt and question in the mind, and this keeps you hooked in to see what's going to happen next week on Raw, the final Raw before Battleground. Your comments, your opinions, and if you want more SeanzViewEnt Books Raw each and every week, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share it. Your thoughts, your opinions, subscribe.